What's up, Ryan? And what's up, everyone? And you are watching What's Up, Ryan. So, guys, we are going to be talking about asking the right questions. So, most of the time, I think when we watch any kind of video, or if there's a live stream, or there's an opportunity for you to comment below for a certain answer, the usual case is, okay, what kind of questions should I be asking, right? And I think most folks, especially the younger folks, just want the direct answer. If I was to look at this particular cryptocurrency, should I be investing in it now? Should I be buying this now? And why I don't answer these questions directly? Because I don't know your situation. I don't know why you're even looking at them, you see? So I will never answer them directly, but how I would like to answer you would be based on the kinds of questions that you might be that you might be able to ask me. So how does it work? Right now, if you have a particular cryptocurrency that you fancy, and let's say you were on my stream, you can ask questions like, when you are looking at XYZ cryptocurrency, how do you find the existing community? What kind of developments have they done so far that you are in favor of? And do you feel that their current marketing strategy is going to help it do well in the next 3 to 6 months? You see, questions like these, right, can immediately direct you to the right direction. It doesn't answer your question about, it's not a yes or no question all the time. And firstly, why would most folks on YouTube, especially, they will never answer that question? Because they know that it is not right to provide financial advice. Because when we are going to teach you, or in fact, if we're going to tell you that should you invest in something, that responsibility immediately falls on us. And we are non-financial advisors. We are not licensed in any manner or have the right to tell you what you should do with your money. In fact, it's not an offense, right? It's not really an offense, but you shouldn't be telling anyone what to do. For example, if you have a friend that has been in cryptocurrency for quite some time, and he bought Bitcoin, for example, and he did it such a long time ago that when he invested in this space, it was favorable for him. However, when you asked him about it, right, it's already at maybe 20,000. So obviously he will say, you know what, I'm definitely still pro in Bitcoin. I still have Bitcoin, but whether you should buy it or not is entirely up to you, right? He would put it back to you, and then from then you'll be like, hey, that didn't really answer my question. I was asking you whether should I buy Bitcoin or not. The question should be a little bit different. You can ask in such a manner that, hey, Robert, do you think that Bitcoin could potentially go up because there are certain factors? For example, you find that there's real adoption, there's strong net worth growth, there are still miners that are dedicating hashing power. You have to be able to understand that. So you have to look at all these things. Now this is somewhat a little bit simpler. But what about if you're looking at a cryptocurrency or an altcoin company? I would like to look at the current failures in the space. Okay, I think failures are one of the best ways to learn, and it's easy to so-called go and find who is successful out there. Okay, but the term successful is very conditional. So I would rather look at the cryptocurrencies that have failed, and then from then make a decision on the current ones that are perhaps showing signs of failure, and the ones that are truly successful, what are they doing right? So let's look at the graveyard, for example, of cryptocurrencies. Now, cryptocurrencies are easy to create. Okay, when you create a cryptocurrency, honestly, as long as you are as long as you find someone to kind of mint your coins, and apparently there are tutorials that are easy. It's really easy for you to just go and mint a coin. Okay, it's easy to mint a coin. There are tutorials out there that allow you to do that. After that, you just create a website. And practically, if you can create a website, but you don't have the right talent there, and you are not you're not convincing enough because you had an idea or white paper that just kind of doesn't fit the current scenario, or it just doesn't make sense, where the idea, the ideal may be there, but ultimately no one is buying into your idea, right? Or you're just creating a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. Okay, so that kind of happens, and we don't really want that. We want the real innovations that can work and people are going to be able to use it in a certain time frame. So even if you're building something early in the space, right, or at least when you're looking at a particular project that is in the space, are they hitting the nail on the head when it comes to the actual industry? Now, blockchain technology is already very complex in that sense. It may seem simple in theory about decentralizing the network and from then processing transactions by having all these nodes coming together. Okay, I don't want to get technical. Now, I'm just talking about the business model itself. Does it make sense to you? Okay, so that's a question that I will ask. If I'm going to be investing in something, I want to be able to understand what this fella is talking about, right? So if this person or this project is telling me, okay, I am building a platform that helps to that is going to allow content creators, because I'm a content creator myself, that helps content creators to earn money faster and get recognized for their content, right? And we already built a community around it. And if you are someone who is a content creator and you don't mind contributing your content, this is something that might be of use to you. My question would be, okay, how will I be earning, right? How will I be earning how will I be earning through the platform? You see, from there, I'm not asking about how do I make money, but I just want to know, how does one make money? I'm not asking to get paid. I'm asking about how does one put up the content? How am I being judged or validated in that sense, because there has to be a mechanism that will reward me for the kind of content that I put out there. Okay, so this is kind of like how we must structure our question. So let's say you are someone who intends to invest in something. No one, not the project, not any kind of not someone who has no license in the financial industry, no one who is looking at this space should even advise you on any type of investment whatsoever. So what you can do is, why am I investing in this? For example, you can say, is there something about the project that you like? You see, you can ask me that. You see, what is it about this particular cryptocurrency that you like? Do you feel that they can pull off executing whatever they can in this particular industry when the existing systems are already available? Stuff like that. Do you think they raised enough money to carry out the technological requirements for the next 6 months to 12 months? Okay, so questions like these, right, are actually very intelligent. In fact, sometimes you can even ask these questions within their communities, and they should be able to answer you. You know what I mean? They should be able to answer you very openly to a certain extent. Because if they are dodging the question, okay, or they are not able to answer you in a certain way, then you roughly know that, okay, that means this project is they can't give you a straight yes or a straight no, because sometimes the question is a straight yes or straight no. And you're not really asking them, are they going to go broke in 6 months? You're not asking that. You're just asking, hey guys, how the bear market has been around since the whole of 2018. How are you all doing in terms of operations, and at the same time, are you hiring? You see? So when you ask these kind of questions, right, they're very intelligent. They're like, okay, there's nothing wrong for a community member of mine asking, am I hiring? So you roughly know if they say, oh, currently we are halting on hiring. So you know that obviously they can't expand, right? And the fact that you must have looked at the project for quite some time. So you roughly know who are the existing team members. Then if any team members start to leave, so there's all these things. So why did this developer leave? You can always ask questions like this, and it's also okay because it's a non-investment question. It's legitimate, it's open, and usually if someone from within starts to leave, right, you know that there's either a disagreement or the person feels that there's no room for growth, okay? And most of the time, that is the usual case. For people who come in to develop in this space, right, it's not always about the money. It's sometimes not having their directions play out, okay? Because if they're going to invest their time and their skills to be part of a project, right, they want to be able to deliver. And sometimes because maybe they are having disagreements internally, that they have to split ways. So this can also be a factor as well, okay? The next question that I would ask, apart from raising money and what kind of team members are there, I would ask, what is the go-to marketing strategy? You see, when you ask a question like that, because sometimes the go-to marketing strategy can be like this in the white paper, but after a while, right, when funding is low, their marketing strategy will change, and you notice they suddenly become very quiet on social media. Okay, suddenly there's no noise, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes projects need to focus on doing the real work and not always coming out on Twitter and shilling and whatnot, right? So you can ask, hey guys, you all have been pretty quiet at the moment, which is fine. I'm sure that you're doing great works, but is there a strategy that will probably be coming out in the next, say, 3 to 6 months or 6 to 12 months that could get us excited about what are your latest developments? You see? So this is something that you can pick up on. If they can answer you that, okay, yes, we do have something in the works, okay, then that's a very, very cliche corporate answer, because they can't be as upfront as they would like, because after all, you are not an equity investor, okay? And even if you were, sometimes they can't even answer you directly because they don't have the answer. So by structuring your questions in a very intelligent way, you are able to kind of get the information that you like, even though it wasn't a yes/no question. Okay, it is more about helping you decide on whether you can put your money into something or not. And this is the part where it's very unique. Only in this space, because of the communities that have been built around the cryptocurrency space, right? Then you can actually even ask and participate and get questions answered on a pretty regular basis. There are, by the way, communities, right, that are dead. Right? When you ask a question, there's no admin to answer you. Practically, there's spam all over. And it's only down to the so-called hardcore veteran community members that are still in there answering questions, which shouldn't really be the case. It should be from the team, right? Or a representative from the team really consistently at least making the effort to update. Okay, so that's one telltale sign also, right? If you can't even hire a professional community manager, right, that can be in tune with the communications between the team and the community, right, there's something wrong there, okay? That means they're really in trouble. So that being said, right, there are factors such as, there are very straightforward factors like why is it that until now, after say 6 months or 12 months, you mentioned in your roadmap that this was going to happen? Do you mind if I ask what happened to it? Right? You don't ask like, where is it? You know what I mean? You have very little rights to even ask these kind of questions, because no one really wants to answer an investor that is pushy. Because honestly, even if you put in a small or large amount, you're coming in with your eyes wide open that there's usually a disclaimer that states that whatever you invest in this space, okay, is high risk. Okay, so they have the right to be transparent or not transparent, and the only thing that's setting this part is the integrity of the team. Truly, it is. It's only the integrity of the team that's keeping everything together, and obviously, hopefully, in the background, they are truly still building. And then it will take the community by storm when eventually they deliver on their roadmap, and that's all you have to focus on. All right, it's very difficult for someone to answer you, should I invest in this now? Should I be buying this now? Okay, anyone who can tell you that, right? Why should they? Why should they tell you to buy this now? That means they personally are not as well informed, okay, to make such a decision. They should not be saying that, oh, I should be buying this now. It's my personal opinion. But you know what? Crypto YouTubers, right, have a lot of influence, or more influence than you think they have. And sometimes because of that, right, they can get their community into trouble because, you know, trust is built over time, right? And especially when markets were doing very well at the time, whenever you recommended, or at least you talk about a cryptocurrency, right, that will already ignite some level of interest. But does it mean that the YouTuber bought into those cryptocurrencies? It doesn't necessarily mean that, right? And I think it's all about being transparent. So these days, if I'm invested in something, right, I'll openly declare I'm already invested in this, but I'm talking about it because it's my personal opinion and it is non-financial advice, and whatever investments or trades that you do are entirely at your own risk. You see, I will always have that disclaimer. But I really would like to answer your questions in a more structured manner, right? And I want to be as open as possible. But can I answer the shall I buy this now question? Should I be investing in this now question? I cannot answer, because firstly, I will ask you a few things. What kind of net worth do you have? What is your existing risk profile? Have you invested in other investments or assets before? You know, I will ask you these questions, but you cannot answer me. So how can I answer you? Because I don't know you. So usually all these things are covered all these questions when I'm asking all these things, right, are in my consultations. And this is a one-to-one basis where I can go full on, and you have to be as transparent with me as I am transparent with you. You see? So from there, I can answer you, because I know what questions to ask in order to validate my justifications for a particular product or investment. And even during those consultations, it's also considered non-financial advice. It is basically still the opportunity for us to be open about it. At least when I know that, okay, you're someone who is an investor before in the stock markets. I have a net worth of this much. I am making this much. This is my risk profile. This is my time horizon. If you don't give me all these information, how can I answer you, right? So these days, we have all, those who are more mature in the space, we will definitely not answer you with a yes, no. Okay? What we can do is equip you with the knowledge to go and ask the questions to those particular projects. From then, you come back with the questions answered, and you formulate a direction for yourself. You get the answer by piecing everything together, and then you make a decision. All right, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. Click a like if you felt that this episode was of value, and last but not least, please share the video if you're looking at helping other people get well informed and educated about investing and trading in cryptocurrencies. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you do not miss the next live stream. See you guys.